Rain hammered against the windows of the luxury mansion as screaming echoed through the dining room. Marcus Johnson collapsed to the floor, gasping for air. His wine glass shattered beside him. "Mr. Marcus." "Sir," the maid screamed, rushing toward him in terror. But standing across the room, frozen in silence, was his wife, Amara. Her hands trembled, because the poisoned meal wasn't meant for him. It was meant for a revenge mission. And in that horrifying moment, Amara realized one thing. If Marcus died tonight, she had just killed her own husband. What happened next destroyed an entire family, exposed deadly secrets, and ended with a betrayal nobody saw coming. Before we go deeper into this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Marcus Johnson spent most of his life chasing success because failure was something he had seen too closely while growing up in Chicago. His mother worked endless hospital shifts while his father drove trucks across multiple states trying to survive financially. Marcus watched stress slowly destroy his parents' health and marriage, and as a teenager, he promised himself he would escape poverty no matter the cost. While other teenagers wasted time on distractions, Marcus studied business strategies and real estate investments late into the night. He sold sneakers, repaired phones, and saved every dollar he earned. Years later, that hunger transformed him into one of the wealthiest Black entrepreneurs in Atlanta. Marcus built luxury apartments, shopping centers, and hotels across several states. Business magazines praised his intelligence, while social media admired his lifestyle. Expensive watches, luxury cars, and private jets surrounded him constantly. Yet despite the success, Marcus privately admitted to close friends that he hated returning to an empty home every night. Money gave him power, but it never gave him peace. Everything changed during a business charity event in Dubai, where Marcus met Amara Okafor, a Nigerian woman from Lagos. Amara carried herself with elegance and confidence that immediately captured attention everywhere she walked. She spoke carefully, understood how to hold conversations with powerful people, and had a calm beauty that Marcus could not ignore. Friends close to Marcus later admitted they had never seen him fall in love so quickly. Within weeks, Marcus began flying Amara across different countries while showering her with gifts and luxury experiences. Their relationship exploded online as blogs and influencers labeled them one of the most glamorous couples people had seen in years. 6 months later, Marcus and Amara married in a wedding so extravagant that videos from the ceremony flooded the internet for weeks. Celebrities attended. Luxury designers competed to dress them. Millions of dollars disappeared into decorations, jewelry, and entertainment. To the public, they looked perfect together. Marcus finally appeared happy, and Amara looked proud standing beside one of America's wealthiest businessmen. But marriage slowly exposed problems neither of them expected. During the first year, they traveled constantly and enjoyed the excitement surrounding their relationship. Then Amara gave birth to their daughter Zara, and almost immediately the atmosphere inside the mansion changed. Marcus noticed it first through small things. Amara stopped smiling around him. Conversations became shorter. Arguments became more frequent. Sometimes days passed without meaningful communication between them. Marcus tried fixing the relationship repeatedly. He planned vacations, bought expensive gifts, hired relationship therapists, and even reduced business meetings just to spend more time at home. Nothing worked. Staff members later revealed the mansion became emotionally exhausting because tension followed Marcus and Amara everywhere. The same woman who once made Marcus feel admired now treated him like a burden inside his own home. Marcus stopped eating dinner regularly. He spent long nights alone inside his office staring at business reports while avoiding his own bedroom. Friends noticed the sadness growing inside him, but Marcus refused to publicly admit how broken his marriage had become because he still hoped things would improve. Then Anita entered his life. Anita was a quiet young woman who came from Port Harcourt before later moving abroad to support her mother, Dr. Mira Anand, a respected physician living in India. Unlike the glamorous women surrounding Marcus's social circle, Anita carried herself with simplicity. She listened more than she spoke. She noticed details people ignored. When Marcus skipped meals, she quietly reminded him to eat. When he looked exhausted, she asked if he was sleeping properly. While everyone treated Marcus like a celebrity businessman, Anita treated him like a human being carrying emotional pain. That emotional attention slowly created a dangerous connection between them. One night, after a heated argument with Amara over accusations involving another woman, Marcus walked outside near the mansion's pool carrying a bottle of whiskey. He sat there alone for nearly 2 hours staring into the water while rain fell around him. Anita eventually came outside holding the jacket Marcus had forgotten earlier that evening. What started as a simple conversation became the most honest moment Marcus had experienced in months. He admitted how lonely he felt. He admitted he no longer recognized his own marriage. Anita tried ending the conversation several times because she understood how inappropriate the emotional connection was becoming, but Marcus kept talking. Eventually, loneliness overcame judgment. Their affair began quietly and remained hidden for months. Marcus knew what he was doing was wrong, but he also convinced himself that his marriage had emotionally ended long before Anita entered his life. Anita struggled deeply with guilt because she never intended to become involved with a married man. Yet every time Marcus spoke about feeling abandoned inside his own home, she found herself emotionally attached to him even more. Then everything changed the day Anita discovered she was pregnant. Marcus felt immediate panic after hearing the news because he understood the truth could destroy everything he had built. His marriage, reputation, business image, and family could collapse overnight. But despite the fear, Marcus refused to abandon Anita or the unborn child. After days of emotional pressure and sleepless nights, he confessed everything to Amara. The affair, the pregnancy, every lie. According to one employee who overheard the confrontation from a nearby hallway, Amara's screams echoed across the mansion for nearly an hour. She smashed expensive decorations against the walls and repeatedly demanded to know how Marcus could humiliate her with a maid. Marcus apologized constantly, but every apology only increased her anger. Something inside Amara changed permanently after that night. The pain inside her slowly transformed into bitterness. Months later, Anita gave birth to a healthy baby boy named Ethan. Marcus held his son for the first time while promising himself he would support both of his children equally no matter how complicated life became. But Amara saw Ethan as living evidence of betrayal. Every time she looked at Anita, she remembered humiliation, anger, and heartbreak. Friends encouraged her to leave the marriage peacefully and rebuild her life somewhere else, but Amara refused. She remained inside the mansion watching Marcus slowly rebuild emotional happiness with Anita and Ethan while her own marriage continued collapsing. Then came the night that destroyed everything forever. Marcus invited Anita to the mansion for dinner so they could privately discuss financial plans involving Ethan's future. Surprisingly, Amara acted unusually calm throughout the evening. She even volunteered to help prepare food herself, something she had not done in months. Marcus believed she was finally beginning to heal emotionally. But halfway through dinner, Marcus suddenly struggled to breathe. His hands shook violently before he collapsed directly onto the marble floor. Anita screamed for help while servants rushed into the room in panic. Amara stood frozen because she instantly realized what had happened. The poisoned food meant for Anita had accidentally reached Marcus instead. Fear consumed her immediately. Hospital doctors later confirmed the poison was strong enough to shut down vital organs within hours if treatment failed. Marcus slipped in and out of consciousness while doctors desperately fought to keep him alive. News about his condition quietly spread through business circles, and many people close to the family feared he would never recover. But while Marcus battled for his life inside the hospital, Amara made another shocking decision. Before sunrise the following morning, she gathered jewelry, cash, and important documents before secretly fleeing the country. She believed Marcus would die before anyone discovered the truth. Anita refused to leave Marcus during the entire medical crisis. Doctors attempted treatment after treatment, but Marcus's body rejected most medications. His condition became so unstable that some doctors privately admitted they were running out of options. Desperate and emotionally exhausted, Anita contacted her mother, Dr. Mira Anand, in India. After hearing every symptom and detail surrounding the poisoning, Dr. Mira suspected the toxin had severely attacked Marcus's nervous system. She immediately prepared specialized herbal medicine and coordinated closely with hospital staff handling Marcus's case. Several doctors initially doubted her methods, but Marcus had stopped responding to traditional treatment and time was running out quickly. The herbal medicine was carefully administered while Marcus remained under constant supervision. Hours passed with no visible improvement. Then suddenly his heartbeat stabilized. His violent reactions slowed. Nurses noticed his breathing becoming normal again before Marcus slowly opened his eyes for the first time in days. Anita broke down crying beside his hospital bed while doctors stared in disbelief. Marcus Johnson survived. Months later, Amara secretly returned believing Marcus had died and expecting to inherit part of his fortune through legal rights connected to their daughter Zara. She assumed enough time had passed for suspicions surrounding the poisoning to disappear completely. But the moment she entered the mansion expecting sympathy and financial discussions, she froze after seeing Marcus standing alive directly in front of her. Witnesses later claimed the color disappeared from her face instantly. Marcus looked at her silently, while security guards blocked the exits behind her. Investigators had already gathered evidence connected to the poisoning, her sudden disappearance, and suspicious financial withdrawals made before she fled the country. Marcus officially divorced Amara shortly afterward, while continuing to support his daughter financially. Friends later revealed that surviving the poisoning changed Marcus permanently. He became quieter, more careful, and far less interested in public attention. The man once obsessed with success and appearances now valued loyalty above everything else. And the woman who stayed beside him through fear, humiliation, and near death was Anita. 2 years later, Marcus married Anita during a private ceremony attended only by close family and trusted friends. No celebrity interviews. No giant headlines. Just peace. Because sometimes, the person who truly loves you isn't the one standing beside you during success. It's the one who refuses to leave when your entire world is collapsing. Meanwhile, Amara lost almost everything she once fought desperately to protect. And for many people who followed the story closely, the most painful part was realizing that one decision fueled by bitterness destroyed an entire family forever. If stories like this keep you thinking long after the end, subscribe for more real-life mysteries where one small moment changes everything.